Frequent flyers, flies, la 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 la. Frequent flyers back.
What's up? You checking out the Frequent Flyer? Welcome back to the channel. Smash the like button to show your support. And if you're new to the channel, I'd like to extend a warm welcome. And so I'm out here at this little patch of park over here, next to the little park that I usually fly at. And it's a bunch of dogs and stuff over there, so I decided to come over to this little patch. So I was on Syma's website the other day. I'm always online looking for new drones and everything to fly and check out. They make some awesome drones. Not always perfect, but they do have some innovation. Seems like they try to be unique with their drone selection and all of that. And so I saw a new release. There's a few new releases up on their website, but one in particular that caught my eye was the X15T from Syma. The X15T, it's called. It's a transparent body on the drone and it looks like a really awesome night flyer. You guys know that I like night flying and all, and so I was very intrigued with the way that this thing looked, and so I went searching for it, and I have found it on Amazon, and so I grabbed it off Amazon really quick. And it was a good price. I think it was about 40 bucks in all, after taxes and all of that stuff, from Amazon. And I found it under the name of the Revolt Nighthawk stunt drone, and so I have that here for you guys. It's a awesome looking drone, and this is marketed as a stunt drone. And so this thing has 16 stunts. Supposedly we're going to check them out. I have checked out a few of them. I haven't tried them all because I didn't know how to activate them all, but since I have looked at the instructions manual, some of these buttons on here you can press twice and it'll do something different. This thing does spirals and all of that. It actually does diagonal flips. Yep, you heard it right. This thing does diagonal flips. Until now, only the Trax Alias and the Traxxas 8 were able to do diagonal flips, unless you were flying with beta flight drone or something like that. But that's a whole different thing. As far as ready to fly, these are the only few drones that can do a diagonal flip. I haven't seen this thing do a diagonal flip yet because I just learned how to do it, and so we're going to check it out. But my thoughts on this drone so far from my flying, I have flown it a few times and all. I think that being that it's marketed as a stunt drone, it could definitely benefit from a higher speed. It only has 2 speeds, and the second speed isn't a really high rate of yaw or pitch as far as I'm concerned. But I think they were trying to make this thing really stable and easier for beginners to fly. But when you think about something like this being a stunt drone, you would think that they would have, you know, some more experienced flyers, you know, in mind as well. But let's get this guy in the air. Let me show you a few things about it. It does have this little latch here to open the battery bay, and so pull that to the side, open the battery bay. It does stay on. The battery bay doesn't it doesn't come loose, it stays attached. And it takes these little batteries that we're used to, classic little micro low-C connector on it. I believe this battery is a 400 milliamp hour. Yes, it's a 400 milliamp hour 1S. And so my initial thoughts when I received it was it's smaller than I expected. I thought this was going to be Alias size, but it's kind of weird. It's in between the size of the Alias, which is a mini, and that other drone that's in the middle of a mini and a micro. This is in between that. So not quite as small as the Sky Dreamer Plus, but it is not as large as the Latrax Alias and, you know, some of those size drones. But anyhow, let's get this guy in the air so you guys can check it out. It does have altitude hold. That's another thing that I was disappointed about. But at this point, everything is coming out with altitude hold. But it just doesn't make much sense to me to have a stunt drone with a bunch of stunts that you can do having altitude hold. But then again, maybe they're trying to market this for intermediate to beginners, you know, not really expert flyers or whatnot. There's an on and off switch on top. Turn it on. Got the transmitter on. So let's take off with this guy. It is very smooth flying. Awesome lights on it. You can change the light on the top. The light on the top is green right now. It's yellow now. Looks like purple. Red. You can toggle them by pressing in the left stick. But anyhow, we're in low rates now. This is the low rates, y'all. Let me bring it back so you guys can see it up closer. And check it out. Barely enough to bring it back to me in low rate. This is the yaw. Side flying there. Forward flight. And backwards flight. So we're gonna go in the high rate. You press the right stick in to change the rate. It's only 2 rates, so this is its highest rate. Check out the yaw. So not bad, but a little slow to be a faster stunt drone, in my opinion. That's side flying there to left. Forward flight. Backwards flight. Okay, so let's get to the flips. I want to see the flips. So, whoops, I forgot. The button on the far right is the auto land button. So the second button on the right shoulder is the flip button, but you have to press it at the same time that you give a direction. So it did a side flip, really smooth the way it flips. Backwards flip. Let's do a forward flip. Forward flip there. Bring it back. So not a fast flyer at all to be a stunt drone. I guess they're just talking about the flips and stuff that it does. So let's try a diagonal flip. So it says if you press the button twice. Okay, so it did a diagonal flip. Let me bring it up higher, maybe you guys can see it better. Check it out. So diagonal flip. Oops. Let's try it again. Oops. 1, 2. It's kind of awkward to do it. I'm doing it 3 times. Let's see. I'm pressing it 3 times by mistake, inadvertently. You see, 1, 2. Okay, there it is. Diagonal flip. Takes wrapping your head around to get used to doing those flips like that, pressing buttons twice and all of that stuff. Okay, so the left shoulder button is supposed to make it do a spin. There it is, it's spinning in place. And the button farthest to the left, if you press that, it does like a circle flight, 1 revolution. Let's try the other direction. Check it out. Okay, so now if you press this button twice, it's supposed to do like a corkscrew or something. Let's try that. Okay, so it's moving in revolution and yawing at the same time. So so let's try this corkscrew thing. Press the button 2 times. Okay, so it's supposed to spin around and it's supposed to go down. Not really awesome stunts if you ask me. Not the best of stunts. There it is again, up close. Well, that was the first one. The one spinning in place, the wind is just taking it, but you have to press it twice. Okay, there it is there. It's supposed to go up or go down. I'm not doing anything. It's doing all of that on its own. And so for me, it's just the normal flips and the diagonal flips that I like. Once you get used to pressing buttons twice, I don't see how that could be 16 flips though. I mean 16 different stunts. There's something I don't, maybe something that I didn't count correctly or read correctly. As far as I know, it seems like there's only 6 or 8 at the most of the different stunts. Let's see, there's the corkscrew, there's the spinning place, there's the revolution wise spinning, that's 3. And then it has the diagonal flips and then the normal flips, unless they're counting every direction of the normal flips and diagonal flips that you can do. But anyhow, my thoughts on this guy, it's an awesome night flyer. The lights are really nice. It's lit up pretty well. Translucent body and all, it just looks awesome. Even though it's not really that dark now, you can still see the lights. That's how well lit this thing is. And I like the diagonal flips. Kind of gimmicky though. They should have just, I think they probably should get rid of all these other stunts that it can do. The Alias has a stunt where it can do a fast yaw and go into headless mode, and you can control it while it's spinning really fast. I never do that stunt with the Alias because I'm not a big fan of it. And this one, it just does the stunt and you don't have any control over it. Once you try to control it, it'll stop doing the stunt. And so for one, I think they need to remove altitude hold. They need to get rid of all of those other stunts and just put that diagonal flip on a single button press. I'm not a big fan of the double button presses. And they need to add pitch, speed of yaw. They need to add yaw speed and a deeper pitch on its highest rate. Or give it 3 rates. They can keep this second rate for people who like to fly slow like this, but not get pushed away by the wind. And they can give us a full out faster rate on 3rd rate, where we have a faster yaw, because this yaw is pretty slow too, and a deeper pitch. And so other than that, this thing is a really smooth flyer. Not sure how long this thing flies yet. This is my first time flying it until it dies. And one thing about these quads though, these geared prop toy grades, they don't seem like they're really that affected by the cold as far as the lipos are concerned. It seems, in my experience, they just fly pretty long still when it's cold out, but the props tend to squeak a little more and I guess vibrate a little more, or oscillate they call it, when it's cold out. Other than that, these guys are a little better performing in the cold weather than the direct drive props. And so I like that it's gear driven. That's awesome. And so it does have a trim mode on this far left button on the shoulder. I think it's, no, it's not, actually it's not the left button, it's the left stick when you press it in and hold it. So if you press it in and hold it, then you can start trimming it. Get it to fight against this breeze. Oh man, and we got a LVC warning here. So we're in LVC, no more flips now. And you can't do any manual flips or anything like that with it because of the altitude hold. And so I'm just gonna fly it around and wait, let me see if you can do any of these other flips that it does. Let me trim it back out. Okay, I trimmed it back to center. And so let's see if you can still do. Okay, so you can do the other stunts still. You just can't do any flipping when it's in LVC. Let me try it again to make sure. Yep, no flips still. So it's an awesome looking drone. I guess it was a little faster. I just wish that they removed the altitude hold and made it a little faster on the yaw. And this thing will be totally awesome. Right now it's just okay. It's a good try. Definitely different with the translucent body and all. So I'll give them that. Syma is making an effort to make something different. Been thinking about just doing a video titled Syma and just let them know some of the things that we're looking for in a drone. I doubt if they're even listening to me. All these companies seem like they're intrigued with the altitude hold thing. Like they don't want to leave the altitude hold out of drones. At least give us a way to toggle it off. And so this thing is having a very long LVC warning, and it finally went down. So that's a quick little flight of the Revolt Nighthawk stunt drone, also known as the Syma X15T. Awesome looking drone, awesome concept. I say it's a good start from Syma. I hope they improve on the design and keep going in this direction, and please give us a toggle for the altitude hold. Give us a little more yaw speed, and please give us a lot more pitch. And although I can't say that this is a bad drone, it's an awesome drone. I just desire more from it being a stunt drone with 16 different stunts that it can do. Thanks for watching.